There was a pond my brother took me to when I was little. It was about a mile or so from my house, but it was an absolute magical place. If you scooped a jam jar into the water, there would be a world of critters swimming around. Daphnia, insect larvae, water boatmen, tadpoles. It was a fascinating world, and one that had me mesmerized for many years. When we moved to a new location a few miles away, I was still able to walk the distance to the pond, but this time you would pass through cornfields, bluebell woods to get to it. There were very few houses and cars then. Fields went for miles in the distance and kids played without the worry of being accosted. My pond was the foundation for who I am today. As I grew older, I learned to record these sounds and understand the new language. Communication between animals was critical for them to survive. I used to sit very quietly in my magical places and record their languages. Only just recently, I visited a wetlands here in Florida. Visually, it looked amazing. Large bodies of water, healthy reed beds, but there was something that wasn't quite right. I decided to come back later in the day to see if there were any roosting birds that used the wetlands as a safe haven at dusk. To my joy, about 1,000 red-winged blackbirds and grackles flew in from multiple directions and hunkered down in the reeds. The sounds of their calls were loud, but the infrastructure that surrounded the wetlands was louder. It was very obvious that these birds were having to call louder to be heard above the din of the human noises. It's been proven that some birds have had to change their frequencies to be heard in some places. As our world gets bigger, the natural world decreases. Valuable habitat is diminishing rapidly. These wetlands are becoming less as we take the land to build more roads and houses. Somewhere back in the UK, where I grew up with my pond, is now a housing estate. The fields have given way to roads and houses, and where my pond was now sits a row of buildings. I've tried so hard to come to terms with what I've seen and recorded in my life, but at times it brings me great heartache. Watching nature decline is like seeing your child abused. So many people are disconnected and have no real idea of what we are losing. I can't record like I used to because there's always some intrusion from man. But how do we reverse this trend? I really don't know. To live in a world like now is very difficult for someone like me because I know what it was like before. But people born in today know no better, so it's normal to them. I hope my recordings of years gone by will be used as a template going forward. The Listening Planet is 55 years of audio history. The next 55 years will never be the same.